What's up, y'all? Jay Plays here. Boys back. I know my last video I said I would literally post the very next day 8 a.m. but stuff happens. Look, we're gonna focus on here today, okay? Look, I'm setting in stone now. No promise, Jay. So if I promise like a video or something to be pushed out at a certain time, look, I don't wanna say don't count on me for that, but like, look, I got stuff like I gotta take care of, okay? But here we are today with the 2K21 demo, and whew, yeesh, man, look, I want to say it, but I don't. You know, forget I'm gonna say it. It's 2K20.1.5, and the point 5 comes from like, you know how we always say every year they add a few new bump animations. Well, yeah, that's literally what it is, and there's no new ideas that feel sprinkled in so far. Like, my main issue when it comes to like 2K and like improvement and setting that bar higher is because like people just don't call them out on it like they should. Like, they just don't. So that's why I'm here today. I'm here to tell you how I felt about the demo and my experience. As you can see in the background, I went for like the slashing, shooting pie chart. You know, the contact dunking, 3-point chucking. Dominating was like decimating prime competition last year. Just for like a kind of a feel how offense is going to be, because obviously you want to try the extreme offense build and see how it's going to be. And my experience, man, the offense felt the exact same. Like, oh my god, like there was a few new things, right? Not even new. They feel kind of like ivory red, but just new ones. Like the dribbling. So for those of you who play NBA Live, you know you put the stick down, turbo or anything. You do like a dribble escape. You back up, you hop back. That's literally here in 2K's like dribbling system. The issue with that is like you're like, oh man, what happens if I hold turbo flick back? You do another escape. Like, it does not feel new. So I'm just kind of sitting here like, well, man, let me test out the rest of the moves. Like, so the behind the back, you know how you like flick diagonal down on a stick a little bit? It's not the exact position as like flicking down a stick for like a regular stationary behind the back or behind the back. Move behind the back. I'll talk about that later, right? A little bit later. You know when you used to do hop steps? Well, let me rephrase that. Last year, you know where they add the hop steps in on like the right stick? You know how you had to hold like diagonal upwards, like towards left or right, and you had to be really specific, or you would just do like a hop step or whatever, because like the hop step cover like majority of like the sides of like the left and right stick. So like if you want to do like a regular dunk, you have to hold like really diagonal left. That's kind of how it is for the behind the back, except you do it downward, right? Because if not, you're gonna do like a little snatchback behind the back. Speaking of snatchbacks, for when you're running, when you're on the fast break with the ball in your hands, opposed to like the offense, you just flick downwards while holding. Not even holding turbo. You would hold turbo and you would let go and you would just flick down. You do like behind the back to like boost your momentum forward or like keep a defender from reaching on like that same page you dribble on. Now you do a snatchback, and that's without holding turbo. When holding turbo, you do another snatchback. It's so weird. Man, you see it in the gameplay. I was just messing around with the dribbling. You know, I took a terrible shot. When I did those two hop backs, like dribble escapes, I was trying to do regular behind backs just to get like the dribble. How do I put this? Man, the dribbling is it's not new. It just feels like they moved a few things around. It's kind of like when your parents didn't clean the room, and instead of just like actually cleaning your room. You sit like a few bottles like on the other side of the room instead of actually cleaning stuff up. You know what I'm saying? You kick some dust under the bed and stuff. Like you throw some socks across the room. That's what the dribbling system feels like. Nothing really new, to be honest. A few times in the gameplay, I tried doing like step backs, like in the middle dribbles, like to activate Space Creator. Couldn't really get it to activate. Did it like a few times, but and I tried to do a crossover like right after that to like experiment with dribbling. It's like I obviously like everybody loves the offense, so I'm trying to check it and see like man, what's the offense like? And it's the exact same. Now defense wise, now I know in this video you only see like a purely offensive build on defense, perimeter defense, but my second game right after this, it's one with like a two-way slashing playmaker. You know the build that literally ruined the game for me. Oh my god, I hate playing this so much. That's not what we're here for though. I tried perimeter defense on that one. There's no. So what I was trying to go through was like bump animations, right? And like test out pickpocket. Pickpocket didn't work. Bump animations on the perimeter, they look the exact same as like this build. So this build I went for like clamp silver, but like now they have like a 74 perimeter defense. But on the other build, the two-way slash clamp, I had an 85 perimeter defense with a clamp gold. I didn't see any difference in like the bump animations. Like the bump animations look the exact same. Man, this not looking too hot, my boy. What's going on? The answer is nothing. It's the exact same. Besides, like you do feel like more contact in the paint, but like that's a video for another day. Cause I ended up playing on like a post scoring build, which I enjoyed. Man, I enjoyed that way more than I did this. Also, I want to talk about like I guess I can talk about it now. When you make builds that don't focus like on a certain category and you dump a whole bunch of points into it, you know, obviously you're not gonna get as many badge points to spend. But this year you get more than you would last year. So the same thing with the two-way slashing playmaker. I made 6'5" and everything, except I maxed out the wingspan. I'll talk about like the wingspan and stuff a little later. I should have beginning the video, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. I noticed when I maxed out the 3-point shooting, the mid range, and I almost maxed out the free throw. I noticed I got more badge points this year than I did last year, and I was actually like really surprised. I was like, oh man, maybe I don't have to waste a whole bunch of badge points in a certain category. Like you're still going to have to, but you're not gonna have to waste as many. You're gonna have more points to spend. Speaking of like body types in terms of weight and wingspan, this year I noticed wingspan affects slashing. It obviously affects defense. Like it's been like that since like 2K17, because you know 16 everybody had like all the cheesy people like max wingspan and they were getting better contests for having these same exact stats as everybody else. This year the slashing just skyrockets the longer wingspan is. So those of you who are like mainly inside build, especially those who are like two-way slashers, like the mainly red and blue pie chart, you're gonna love having a max wingspan. I noticed when I was trying to experiment like different looking builds, as you can see, you don't really need like obviously I break that lob. But like I think it's just because like a small contest, you still don't need lob city finisher. It feels like to go up over people. Going back to the topic at hand, man, max wingspan. I noticed, especially with the two-way slashing playmaker, it might just be that build alone. But like I noticed, I was getting more out of maxing my wingspan out than like minimizing it. Minimizing your wingspan obviously increases like you know the ball control and then like the shooting, but like I said, the longer wingspan is, the better your slashing is. The lower wingspan, the worse your slashing is. Like your slashing was just dropping, man. T-Rex arms were just, man, you try to finish around the rim, you might as well give up on it unless you like I don't know. People find a way to cheese anyway, so that you probably found like minimal wingspan. But with the two-way slash and playmaker, I maxed the wingspan out all the way. All my defensive stats went up. Like I think like really all of them, and almost all of my slashing stats went up. Man, oh, like what's the point of like trying to keep like a default wingspan or like minimize it at this point? If I'm getting way more bonus, and then like obviously like my playmaking went down, but it only went down like 2 or 3 points. And then like the 95 to 99 system is still there, so like at 99.9 you get like a +5, so you're going to be like a 87 ball control, and then you also get that +5 back in your shooting, and then your defense and your slashing goes up again. Like man, like it's crazy. I noticed with weight affects your it affects your physicals more than your build, right? And you're thinking like, hasn't always been doing that? But like not as much as it's doing now. The I noticed when it came to making like even big man builds, I was looking like, man, what happens if I minimize the weight? Probably nothing good is gonna come out of it. But I noticed I had like a 7-2 like pure post scoring build, like the pure slashing pie chart, and his physical is shot up. Like he get like a +8 or 9 in every category except like strength, because that just dropped like terribly, like interior defense. But like I was like, man, like if you're looking to make like a really skinny like point guard or guard, and then even now like people are already doing it, but like, I feel like you get more of a bonus out of it than usual. And then when I was maxing, I didn't max out the weight. I kept the weight at around default. I think I increased it like maybe like a few pounds, because yeah, obviously interior defense is cool and all, but like while I am 7'2", I want to be able to make it up and down the court. And if I maxed out the weight, I was getting like scary slow like territory, like high 30s. That's not good. Like for 7'2", maybe if I was 7'3", but 7'2", high 30s is not good at all, man. Man, close to the my player builder though, besides those few tweaks, while they are major in terms of like impact and long run, in terms of aesthetics, and then just pretty much just everything else, they just didn't add anything. Like you can tell they're mainly focused on next gen, because like why wouldn't they? But it feels like this got no love, and I know people just like, man, it's just a demo, but like this kind of isn't a good look, right? Like I know you've seen it like all over social media. There is not much positive said about the demo. I actually don't think I see a single positive thing. Everybody's calling it 2K21.5. I call it 0.1 because they didn't add much at all, like in the grand scheme of things, right? I could post a play now gameplay, but like, not sure anybody's really caring about that. Like, kind of mainly focus on the micro aspect, because that's what most people are here for. But other than that, man, I kind of want to talk about the big man, but I'll say that for another video. So, till then, Jay plays out.